started opening the whole pot, and they would look for the choice part of the meat and use it, and God said, no, this is not, I gave you the privilege to at least pick something. Now there are all kinds of policies and principles. I'm not going into the legalities of ministries and Christian organizations and all of that, but I can tell you it is because of the annoyance of people from the carelessness, the recklessness, and the misuse of God's money. This is what has led people into this anger that has evolved into this campaign.
So, you want to learn a foreign language, but your study materials are boring and make you sound unnatural.
There are a few people who have intelligently studied, and based on their conclusion they feel this is not needed. But I tell you, the root of most of this tithe problem has come because of a level of integrity that has not been effectively communicated. Are we together? But I submit to you, and as far as it is within the jurisdiction of this spiritual family, I can tell you, be a faithful tither. Tithe is a 10th portion according to scripture, 1/10. Now I know that a lot of people have taught to bring 50% of your tithe, 80% of your tithe. The Bible does not say that. If God tells you personally, it is a personalized dealing. Don't create a doctrine out of it and punish people. Within the boundary of contentment and vision, 10% of what God's people bring should be sufficient to run the activities of the ministry within the boundary of contentment, vision, and integrity. Are we learning? Yes, sir. So let me encourage you, based on the truth of scripture I have learned, based on the experience of veterans who have truly prospered by God, I can tell you, do not stop tithing. If you don't have the revelation.
Why do we see a pattern of discrimination, suppression, and prejudice against Black Africans? And even that pattern lingers to this day. What's the made-up hostility the white European and Arabs felt toward Black Africans? Historically speaking, it was due to the superiority the Black Africans have had since the start of civilization. Black Africans were the richest of the rich, living in gold cities and making the world jealous. That's where non-Black people, with an inferiority complex, decided to portray Black Africans as inferior. But how? Well, it was done by using their dark complexion, plump lips, and woolly hair. Yes, they felt a threat so striking that they declared Black Africans a backward, inferior race. All their struggle was to show how uncivilized Black Africans were so they could teach them how civilized people like them live. That's where the wicked journey against Black Africans started. Today, even if everyone stays silent, history speaks too loud to be avoided. But the real focus should be this question: why do non-Blacks see Black Africans as a threat? And why does this same feeling prevail even today? Welcome to a new episode of Black Culture.
Respect yourself and others will respect you. The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. If you are depressed, you are living in the past. If you are anxious, you are living in the future. If you are at peace, you are living in the present. It does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. New beginnings are often disguised as painful endings. We have two lives, and the second begins when we realize we only have one. Give a bowl of rice to a man and you will feed him for a day. Teach him how to grow his own rice and you will save his life. It is more shameful to distrust our friends than to be deceived by them. When you see a good person, think of becoming like him. When you see someone not so good, reflect on your own weak points. Don't complain about the snow on your neighbor's roof when your own doorstep is unclean.
Wow, try this powerful scanner app to scan important docs. Download now.
Even the finest sword plunged into salt water will eventually rust. The man who asks a question is a fool for a minute. The man who does not ask is a fool for life. When it is obvious that the goals cannot be reached, Don't adjust the goals, adjust the action steps. Forget injuries, never forget kindnesses. If you hate, then you have been defeated. Life is a series of natural and spontaneous changes. Don't resist them. That only creates sorrow. Let reality be reality. Let things flow naturally forward in whatever way they like. Appear weak when you are strong, and strong when you are weak. If you are the smartest person in the room, then you are in the wrong room. The person attempting to travel 2 roads at once will get nowhere. By 3 methods we may learn wisdom. First, by reflection, which is noblest. Second, by imitation, which is easiest. And third, by experience, which is the bitterest. When anger rises, think of the consequences. It is easy to hate, and it is difficult to love. This is how the whole scheme of things works. All good things are difficult to achieve, and bad things are very easy to get.